Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome back to Icewind Dale. Okay, we're gonna be beset the moment we go in here by some potentially very dangerous stuff, so let's just get on into it.
Leaving the hor-
Alright, we gotta deal with the voice of Dirtlanatha first. This thing's a nightmare.
Not a problem.
And we can't kill it, it's invincible. But we can knock it down at least. Yeah, so he's been enchanted by revered brother Palkalin. He's a spirit of a paladin who tried to stop the elves and dwarves from fighting ages ago, whose soul was trapped because he failed to stop them from fighting and couldn't figure out why, and has now been bound in this suit of armor created from the shackles of many, many Svirfneblin slaves. And he is being maintained by a priest over in the dark temple of this area. A brainwashed priest. And he thinks that the church over there actually represents Ilmatar because their priests are actual Ilmatarians. So he's going to keep attacking us. He gets up every few hours and then goes and finds you again and transports around the place. We'll take care of him permanently eventually, but first we need to just knock him down. Man, we are not doing a great job on the hitting department. So there's all kinds of fire salamanders down here. And fire salamanders are real annoying. There he goes. There's also a bunch of other sentries around this place we're going to have to deal with. So fire salamanders are, they're like the frost salamanders, but, you know, fire. So we take damage just by existing near them. Alright, there are the Svirfneblin slaves. So we have to just massacre the salamanders first. There's a bunch of them down here. They have a leader.
Always bring out the best in me.
We'll get to him eventually. But this area that we're in right now, is the most dangerous part of Lower Dorn's Deep. It's filled with salamanders, big ol' sentries, and like a watchtower, and I think some thieves, but I'm not certain of that. But the sentries are not a fun time. So I need to find and kill them. Yeah, those things. They throw axes at you, and they hit hard, and they're real annoying. Actually, I have an idea.
Anytime.
Not that one.
At your command.
Yeah, I didn't think that'd feel very good.
My sword is
But I also don't think the rest of my party can hurt these things with missile weapons, so let's just go in and kill it. None of these Svirfneblin can speak to me. They wouldn't have much to say even if they could. Because all of them have their tongues cut out. That's how the voice of Dirtlanatha speaks, is using their tongues. Ah, man, that thing gets so many attacks.
Aye. Ready.
There aren't a ton of those either, but there are several.
Aye. Duty calls. Watch me go.
Alright, my paladin should be much more difficult to hit. The Tarnished Sentry just attacked Critter. That isn't good. No, get out of there.
How may I best serve?
I hate these things.
I split you in two.
Of course.
I stand ready. Aye. At your command, it shall be done. Very well. I shall see to it.
You know what? I'm switching these boots. The paladin has the better armor class. He needs to be in the
It
front.
shall be done.
Now, to tell you the truth, I don't know what they're actually doing with all of these, like, forges and smelters and things. Actually, no, I do, actually. I think this is all for the big ship that they have fire giants building in the next area. That and these sentries and stuff.
Agreed.
See, Palkalin is making an army,
Shall be done.
mainly for the purpose, originally, of killing Yuxonomai, because she was his enemy. But also so that he can get down into Kuldahar and, use the stone underneath the temple there to open a portal to the Hells. And let a bunch of his brethren come pouring through, because he's a devil. A powerful one.
The battle is joined.
Ah, okay, there's 2 sentries up there.
Aye. Very well.
No, we need to go down a little farther. I don't want to antagonize the second one until I kill this one.
Ready.
Ow, come on.
Yes, surely.
Oh, no, can they hurt
You'll
these things?
soon sleep with the dead.
They cannot. And there aren't a lot of these sentries, and to the best of my knowledge, they are only found in this one area.
At your command. To
I'll
arms!
assist you. I don't mind.
Oh, that's
My
worse.
sword, it shall be done.
It will be done.
I shall see to it.
Ready? I shall not fail.
Okay, blast him.
How can I help?
And he made his save, of course.
You'll soon sleep with the dead.
It shall be done. Aye. It shall be done.
May I help? Surely.
Priest! I need a priest!
Alright, he can take one more hit.
It will be done.
Alright.
Aye. It shall be done.
My
The
enemies
battle is
always
joined.
have the best in me.
Oh, there's 2 more.
Your command? No trouble at all.
I shall be swift about it.
Uh-oh.
At your command.
Okay.
Surely.
Salamanders are dead.
Priest! I need a priest!
How do they all roll so many 20s? It really gets on my nerves. Okay. Now, I think along these walkways there might be some traps, but I can't remember.
This time, actions will speak louder than words.
It shall be done.
My
To
enemies
arms!
always have the best in me.
There are more sentries up that way. I wonder if this works.
My sword is yours.
It did.
Aye.
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
to it.
I think there are some more sentries right over here.
Attack!
Also a lot more salamanders. Just so many of these stupid... Oh, right. I forgot I had this now. Oh, just froze that one, but the others were somehow out of range.
I... It shall be
Frankly,
done.
given the game's rules, you might still take damage just from that existing, so let's shatter him. Alright. I keep forgetting I can even set traps.
Attack!
Alright, so down here this takes you to the oubliette. Or oubliette, or however you pronounce it. So he doesn't trust that I'm really here to help him. He says if I want to prove myself, I should get them some food from the castle that Marketh runs. Marketh is kind of like the lord in charge of this place.
May I help?
Just because someone had to do it. In the world. Now, there are some Umberhulks and Rhinoceros beetles down here. The Umberhulks will, of course, confuse you with a look. Rhinoceros beetles are just sort of annoying. I'm gonna have to come down through this area eventually. It's pretty small. But I might as well kill these things now.
At your command.
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
Yeah, the Rhinoceros beetles are just big and they hit pretty hard. Also, I guess he was too stupid to attack the person that was right on top of him.
Aye.
Right. Their shells are extremely heavy. Which is why we have a bag of holding.
How may... Surely. My enemies always bring out the best in me.
Attack! I am on it.
It will be done.
Come then.
It shall be done. You can count on me.
Okay. There's a tunnel right... Yeah, you can see the 3 tunnels up at the top here. They're closed off at the moment. If I bring food to these guys down here, though, they will open. Oh, right, I forgot. I always forget about that tweak I've got that makes me pick up weapons thrown at me sometimes.
I am on it.
That's really so that I can retrieve throwing weapons from enemies. But it works the other way around, too. Alright, that should be all the Rhinoceros beetles, but we're going to have to kill a lot more Umberhulks before we're done down here, so... get used to seeing them. Paladin's still pretty hurt, but I'd like to finish off the rest of these sentries.
Very well.
I think I've killed the majority of salamanders down here, although there are still some.
Yeah?
I just go take a look around. Just one salamander? Yeah, we can get him.
I shall see to it.
The battle is joined.
I am on it.
Here I go.
Oh, whoa!
I stand ready.
Yes.
Holy cow! I knew that there were some of these guys around. This is Marketh's security. I always forget that they exist out here. Alright, that should blind a bunch of them. So frankly, what we can do now is just retreat.
It shall be done.
That one's the only one who can actually see us. Now we don't even have to risk fighting. I mean, they're just thieves. They're not fighters at all, and they're not even swashbucklers, so they can't really fight back. They backstab. That's what they do.
At your command.
It is a shame that we must
But this
resort
does
to
eliminate
violence.
any kind of risk. There it goes.
To arms! I'm here.
Yeah, normally those guys are all positioned in front of the castle. I'm not sure what caused them to come running over here, but that caught me completely off guard.
Right then.
Of course. There might even be some more of them over there. I'm not sure. The actual head of security for Marketh is a halfling assassin, I believe, but he might just be a thief, named Seth. We'll deal with him eventually, too. Okay, there are a bunch of sentries down there.
Ready.
Of course. I shall not fail.
My sword is your see to it.
So we're going to have to lure this thing out.
Anytime.
You can count on me.
Now tear it to pieces.
It will be done.
Ow, come on. They're rolling 20s routinely. You're at -7 armor class. You don't have a good armor class at all. They'll hit him every time, but he does have iron skins.
I'm easy as
I
copper.
am on
I think there's only 2 of them down there, but there could be more.
Aye.
Onward.
To victory. Fear in your blood. Is that all?
Very well.
But I'm fairly certain they also have magic resistance. Yeah, so some of those get through, some of them don't. But magic is not a consistent way to attack them either.
I will assist you in any way possible.
So we can go in this house, where there's a gem cutter that Marketh kind of tortures. I think he has broken legs or something like that.
Very well. It shall be done. Very well.
So we can give you some basic information.
At your my duty
Nothing
calls.
very important.
Duty calls. Duty calls.
A lot of these Furfneblin are indifferent, scarred, and just kind of broken at this point. They've been slaves and tortured for a long time. They're fed to Malavon's monsters routinely, just for funsies. There might be more thieves up here. I'm still quick saving, so we are not in the presence of enemies just yet. Alright, I think all the thieves came down to attack us already. So that there's Marketh's palace. This doorway over here is Malavon's place. There's, of course, the Oubliette, or however you want to pronounce it. Marketh, Malavon, Ilmadia, and then the Priest of Ilmatar, the lead one, who's brainwashed, are where the last of the badges are. Now this is a little side thing that we need to deal with.
Aye.
So she doesn't have a tongue. She's been branded. So there's a watchtower right over here that archers shoot out of, and they like to, I guess, just kind of pin a bunch of Svirfneblin inside and shoot them. She was bringing them
I
food.
stand ready.
I asked for the key to get in, and she gave it to me, so I can open the door now.
At your
Now,
command.
they will shoot at you as you approach, so it's kind of
You can
dangerous.
count on me.
They can shoot at you.
Not a
I think once you
problem.
reach the bridge, you're safe, but people usually get hit.
My sword. Very well.
Let's go in.
Your command?
What now?
So I think that's Kelly up there, right? Yeah. He's just the guy in charge. This is super effective in here, because no one can really go anywhere. That might take a little too long to cast, actually. Let's just do
Alright.
Armor of Faith for the time being. But they're archers, so they're going to hit a lot.
To victory. Go.
Actually, okay.
It shall be done.
We need to disappear him. Alright.
I think my
Uh-oh.
adventuring days are almost over.
You disappear too.
To arms!
Do I have anything to hit him with? Try this. Okay, he's held.
Is that all?
I stand ready.
How may I best serve?
Gods grant thee strength.
You can count on me. To arms!
This time, actions must speak louder than words.
I am on it.
I'll split you in two.
Eh?
Yes, of course.
Once we kill the lead guy, the girl should come back in to thank us. There we go. And then you get a bunch of XP. Alright, so they're rough. This is always rough because they hit a lot and they're using very dangerous arrows. But now, the watchtower is mine. And that's not just like a figurative little thing. That's an actual, practical, helpful advantage that I now have, because I can use it. So no one uses the longbow. Actually, these are nice arrows. We can give them to him. They'll deal a bunch of extra piercing damage. -9. It's the same on both of those. Except I think it's -4 versus slashing, 3 piercing missile. Okay, so it's the same there. This stuff's nice, but it doesn't regenerate as fast as I would like it to. And 2 more armor class points is pretty big, so yeah, we'll just do that. And usually when I have a druid in the party, I play with a fighter druid, so he'd be wearing stuff like this, but, you know, it is what it is. Oh, quarterstaff, but why not? False Dawn's good, but it's only good against undead, which frankly, my cleric's a high enough level now that he could probably just obliterate every undead we meet with no problem. Bolt of Glory's pretty nice. Brutal against basically everything. Yeah, let's take that. Still no 7th, but we're getting
At
there.
your command. You can count on me.
So the reason the watchtower is important is because up here,
I am on
it's a
it.
safe place to rest. So you can rest as much and as often as you need.
I am on it.
There is always the bell.
I shall see to it.
I don't know what exactly it means. You find the bell itself. It's in the castle.
It shall be done.
And now I think all the Svirfneblin that were stuck in these little alcoves trying to hide from the arrows are safe. I'm not sure what the point of having a watchtower down here is, and I'm not sure how conducive it is to anything to shoot at your slave force in a place they can't get out of for fun. And again, this whole place is just built on malice and torment, so, you know, what do I know? Okay, we're actually going to go up to the palace. So you might be tempted to kind of go to the palace last, since it's where the leader guy is down here. Marquette's really just a figurehead. But you want to clear this out as soon as possible, and it's for two reasons. One, the food that this guy over here wants is in the palace. Two, if you go after Malavon without having the command code for his golems that he has, he will massacre so many Svirfneblin. The first time I met him, my paladin was the one that was talking to him, and he told me, because he had all of them lined up in front of his golems that were ready to breathe poison gas on him. My paladin had to disarm, drop all of his items. And then he didn't command them to kill the Svirfneblin, he just attacked. I didn't have any armor, he picked up the rest of the stuff and went back to fighting, but he didn't have any armor, we had to fight without it. But you can get the command word to just shut down the golems in here. Although I think you might lose a bunch of XP on that front, but we get a lot of XP. I hope the voice is back.
I will assist you in any way possible.
So that's how it is.
Every time you rest, this thing's gonna find a way to find you
It
again.
shall be done. How can I help?
It'd be pretty cool if every time you tried to rest, this thing was the one that woke you up, if you tried to rest anywhere except the safe areas. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. This. So that then you really couldn't get away from it, as long as you were outside. Collapse, come on. Need to beat the life out of you some more? There we go. We can't kill him until we're pretty much done with this place. You have to get information on what started the conflict between the elves and the dwarves, which helps him for some reason, and then bring that as proof in front of the, or in front of him in the temple, because he'll show up there, whether he's down or not, he'll show up there to confront you. Okay, so this is the garden outside of the castle. It's got a bunch of shriekers, which spawn myconids. Oh, and it has myconids themselves. But the shriekers have to die first. And then we can group up all of the myconids. Get around them. Good. Alright, now we kill them all. This is gonna take a little bit.
It will be done.
Alright.
Aye.
So, this is kind of a intermediary area between everywhere. I believe this is Lower Mines, the Black Temple, the Palace, and the Artisans District is Malavon's place. So this place lets you connect to everything. These guys are sculpting a statue of Marketh. So, he said he knows the, how to make a statue of Marketh because of this portrait that was drawn by one of Marketh's 2 bodyguards. So he has 2 bodyguards in there. Flozum, I believe, is the one who drew that, because he's a good artist. You can use the painting to non-violently coax him to not fight you. But frankly, Well, there are non-violent options for Marketh, both of his bodyguards, I think, and Lady Omadia, possibly, but I've never been certain on that one. I don't know what her deal is. I've said that before. She always seemed like a very strange character without much actual information on her motives at all. But I never take the the non-violent options, despite the fact that it prevents any real resolution for like 2 storylines or so. Because Malavon is the worst, and he has some good gear on him, and so do both of his bodyguards, and so, you know, they all die. Alright, there's a bunch of thieves in here.
Very well.
The palace is filled with them. True sight will reveal them, but only once they actually step into it.
Duty calls. Very well.
I
Stand
am myself
and deliver.
bring out the best in me.
Duty calls.
The loot is mine.
I don't think he's the guy you want to go for, bud.
Understood. Aye. It shall be done.
And then we have the kitchen here.
You can count on me.
So he's just a cook, not really involved with much. I think there are more thieves in here. Maybe not, though. No, there are. We'll run around a bit. There they are.
Anytime.
To victory.
I am very well.
Come on, man, lay off.
This time, action. May I help? This time, actions must speak louder than words.
Anytime.
I'm here.
Kind of weird that they're so obsessed with going after the mage. That should be all the thieves on this level.
Very well. Aye.
There are more of them on the second floor. So these rooms at the bottom. The 2 side ones are the rooms of the bodyguards. They're not very good bodyguards since they're, you know, down here instead of up there with Marketh. Seth, the head of security, is up there with Marketh. He'll, like, pop out of nowhere the moment the fighting starts. You only get a brief mention of him from that gem cutter that we met before. And then the middle room is where Marketh's concubine is. And she's a drow who he has control of.
You can count on me.
Malavon's sister, actually. So, here's the deal with her. Malavon, her brother, is not actually Malavon. It's a simulacrum of Malavon, who put the real Malavon on ice and is gone crazy. He kidnapped her and brought her here and pretty much sold her to Marketh in exchange for some extra favor. And then he put a ward on her that will make her die if she attempts to exit the castle. Now, you can remove the ward, but she still won't go with you, because Marketh said that if she tries to resist him, he will order Maiden Ilmadia and her fire giants to break open a volcanic wall that's right outside of the city that she came from, and will flood the entire city with magma and kill all of the drow. So she doesn't want that to happen either. The only way you can actually get her to leave is to get the anti-magic elixir, give it to her, and spare Marketh so they can leave together. That's the only way. Otherwise, she stays here, unresolved forever, which is what's going to happen, because I'm not letting Marketh live. Ever. That dude dies. Now, I can comment about the painting for whichever one of these guys is the painter. Not this guy. This guy's the trainer. But, I don't do that, because they're working with Marketh and all the slavery and everything. Yeah, and then he attacks. He won't attack you if you convince his brother to not fight you in the first place. He's actually pretty good at what he does, though, so let's just... Oh, actually, I have these back.
How may I...
Oh, and he's dead.
No trouble at all.
Like an arrow.
I will assist
He hit
you
pretty hard,
wherever
though.
possible.
No worries.
Okay, let's go deal with the
Shall
other
be done.
one. Also, I need to go
Aye.
grab the potatoes from the kitchen. Then I can give those to the guys in the oubliette.
Ready.
Alright,
Very
so
well.
then his brother is in here, and his brother's not so happy about me killing him. Yeah.
Aye.
Come on, follow me out. I don't want to fight you around a door.
Aye.
Problem solved.
I shall see to it.
He's more of a reader and painter kind of thing, but he also fights, so... You know, my hands are kind of tied, honestly. Oh, wow, just straight full plate.
I'm here.
I shall see to it.
Morning Star of the Gods. I mean, cool spell memorization and stuff, but it has the problem of, you know, needing to be equipped. Now, what it does do is give better armor class and a little more damage. So I will take it for that reason, but I won't bother with the spell component because that's not very helpful. Every time I unequip it, I'll just lose some spells. Strength set to 19. So that puts him at 15 to 20. So 12 to 19. Yeah, we're giving it to the fighter. The paladin's really not here just to outright barrel over everything. He's the guard. Alright, that'd be really helpful for him. But the dwarf is the one who's in dangerous situations much more often. Or not much more often. He has the worst armor class despite being in the same dangerous situations. So that gets him to -6, which is good. Not as good, but it helps. Okay. First level is done.
Shall be done.
The second one is swarming with more thieves than this.
God's grant me strength.
I am on it.
Not a problem.
Aye.
I do not like the way True Sight operates in these games. I have to be honest.
I am on it. I shall see to it.
Okay.
I shall not
To
fail.
arms!
Not a problem.
I shall be swift about it. Come then.
I. Ready. Is that all?
My party has gotten significantly more dangerous.
Aye.
They were already dangerous, but, like, on a whole nother level. Just by a few of these items that we've got. This belt here makes things really different, but also the kind of armor and shields that we've gotten a hold of recently have made most of my people, at least my front runners, pretty untouchable. By all but the most exceptional of means.
I am on it.
So there's the
It
big
shall be
bell.
done.
There's Marquette's throne. He likes to think of himself as a king who's better than everyone.
I'm here.
You can count on me.
You'll soon sleep with the dead.
To victory.
Some of them are visible, some of them are not, and I'm not sure what's determining that.
Very well.
Me? Here I go.
Okay, there's Marketh. This here is Seth's room. But Seth isn't in here right now.
I shall see to it.
He's, sneaking around. He'll appear once we engage Marketh.
Here I go.
Along with a few other support people.
It shall be done.
Lord Chamberlain. Okay, do this again. Alright, Kraken Society. Not sure exactly what the Kraken Society is, but these are their mages.
At your command.
Seth is around here too. Okay, this one here just got his protection up. Let's hit him with one of these, and one of these. Oh, there's Seth. Get the mage out of there. We got more thieves incoming. Bolt of Gloria. Ha. Alright, there goes Seth. Ooh, that hurts.
No trouble at all.
What is all that noise? Marquette's dead. Someone else is out here casting stuff. We killed the two mages, but there has to be more of them or something. Oh, there they are. 7 eyes. That's actually a high-level spell. He is not evil. Oh!
My sword is your...
Get in there now.
As painless as possible.
Not good. I don't think he can take that. He's gonna die. Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Throw Dispel Magic down there. 7 Eyes is a 7th level spell. Okay, Kreger's got that one. Okay, nice try.
It shall be done.
Okay, was that everyone?
Easy as goblin pie.
Are there any more of
Is
those
that all?
thieves that spawned in? We killed an extra one of them, but I'm not sure if there are more. Alright, I don't hear anything else.
I stand ready.
That was
It
pretty
shall
brutal.
be done.
I do not remember there being
Then count
4
on me.
mages. That's new.
Yes?
At least new to me. Alright, there's Seth's
Aye.
stuff. I just want to pick up the rest of the normal things before we go over there. I'm not sure what the Kraken Society is either. I remember always
It
wondering
shall
that,
be
never
done.
having any kind of answer on it. They all had robes of infusing. Holy cow. I think I'm just gonna pass the bag of holding down to the mage. Got his badge.
At At your command, I shall see to it.
And now we can loot his room.
Like an arrow.
Grand Mastery. I do have a tweak that makes Grand Mastery better, but I don't think it's by that much. So, I mean, my dwarf now is a little stronger than he should be. But again, I'm not going to go through and remove all of my tweaks, because I play with them regularly. And frankly, I've tried to do stuff like that before, and it has gone poorly. Things glitching and whatnot.
Aye.
So despite the fact that I've killed Marketh, and will kill everyone else that's going to cause problems for Guinevere and her people, she still gets mad at me for killing him. This here is the Golem book that we needed. That has the command words. I am out of extra healing, which is unfortunate. I wish there were more of those potions around. Okay, so that's just a shield. That's just a Wakizashi. These here, multi or dual classed fighter is the only one that can use it. That's sad, because see, your armor class is better and saving throws are better, but it's the strength that's the big deal. If you have a fighter thief who's a halfling, you can hand those over, and they're real nice for him. This is Black Dragon Scale. That goes right to you, because you can wear it. Because any kind of scale armor, druids can wear. And that gives a bunch of acid resistance and nice armor class and stuff. I do not have anything else.
My sword. Very well. Aye.
Alright, so I don't think I can tell the cook Marketh is dead. I don't think he cares. If you're evil, you can kill him, I guess.
Dorn.
And she is not happy that I killed Marketh. Yeah, no, you can't even tell her. I somehow remember being able to tell her, but I guess I was wrong. Well, he and his security force are dead. So now...
Aye.
I still have heal. No, I used heal. Do I have my other healing? I got some. Alright, I'm not going to go too much longer this episode. There's a lot to do down here. A few more areas to explore. All kinds of annoying stuff. What I need to do now, though, is just head over here, hand over the food, and then make my way to the Svirfneblin, like, rebellion camp, where I can speak to them. To get there, I have to fight through, like, a dozen more Umberhulks, though, because the tunnels that they use to get there, the Umberhulks are currently digging or something like that. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Once you give the food, the guy tells you where they are, you go back to that far end of the oubliette, and then a bunch of Umberhulks burst out of the walls and attack you. I should use the rest of my healing on the Paladin.
You can count on me. It shall be done.
Get a bunch of XP just for handing over some food. Umberhulks are having trouble mining for it, but they won't be long. He says that the eyes of the Umberhulks can't detect the light they use to mark the path to their village, so they can't find it that way, but eventually they will dig to it. So he wants me to kill them. And then that will also open the pathway. Alright, Chaotic Commands is no longer active. That's unfortunate.
Your command?
I could rest, but I don't really feel like that. Well, that's not a lot. Let's bring in the beetles, too. Alright. So these things should at least be able to keep the Umberhulks busy for the most part. And most of them are immune to mind effects, so they won't be able to be confused either. Only these two are going to go in. They have pretty good saving throws, and I need the other people out to cast or dispel.
You can count on me.
So let's just antagonize the creatures.
Dorn.
It shall be done.
There they go.
Watch me go.
Duty called.
Dorn.
Yep, there they come. What is oh, that was the tunnels exploding, just the graphics for it.
Die.
Let's see if I can chaos them.
Count on me.
Ah! That hits my own guys. That hit my paladin, unless that was one of them that did that.
Come then.
Which it probably was. Everyone's going crazy now, though. Okay. Well, the dwarf is up there, and he's pretty dangerous. I should probably get the cleric up front.
Fine.
Yes.
My enemies all bring out the best in me.
Let's go to work.
There's something else I can put up here that would really be effective. Let's put a stinking cloud.
Half the loot is mine.
Ooh.
No trouble at all.
I just don't want my people to start wailing on one another, because that could go poorly. Okay,
Duty called.
he's good.
Very well. It will be done.
Is that not hurting anyone?
Forward.
Aye.
Alright, stuff is wearing off.
I am on it.
Is that
shall
all of
be
them?
done.
Are they all dead? They are not.
Yes.
Aye.
I'll wash
Speak your
me
mind.
beard in your
I stand. You
blood.
can count on me.
Alright.
Is that all?
So yeah, big pile of Umber Hulks. That's like the biggest pile, actually, that she'll encounter at all. So now that they've all been dealt with,
At
we
your
can
command,
proceed on
I
through
am
the
on it.
tunnels. So he wants me to find and rescue their leader, really, who is held by a bunch of salamanders in the lower
I
mines.
am on it.
This guy is a drow merchant. So you definitely want to see his goods first. See, he has a lot of good stuff. But most importantly, he's got these for the severed hand, not oubliette, what was I thinking? The severed hand arboretum. It's got a lot of other good things, too. I want to sell some stuff, though, to make money. He won't buy a hammer flail. That's weird. Take all 93 of those. I didn't realize how many of some of these things I had. Whoa, he's got good prices. Really good prices. Holy cow. He doesn't take blunt weapons, it looks like. Weirdly enough. Won't take the bishop or some other random stuff. All kinds of stuff here. So some of this could be useful. I'll keep those, actually. Don't need mirrored eyes. I don't think I need mirrored eyes. Plus 10 bonus to crushing damage on the armor class. Okay, I'm going to keep those. And I could still potentially have use for some of these things, so I'm good there. I still need to rest for the rest of that. Have a lot of gems to sell. Okay, so we've got a katana here. Well, interesting, but I don't use katanas. A resurrection staff. Does that say once per day? Range, unlimited, area of effect. It has charges. It doesn't say it's per day, so I'm not sure. It's expensive, so I wouldn't want to risk that. Finger of Death and Power Word Kill. Plus 4, an extra +1 versus missile. I think that's a better shield than I have. Just straight up armor class +2. That's probably pretty good, actually. Armor class is set to 2. I don't think anyone actually needs that. And then a bunch of high-level magic, so I want to get all that first. And trust me, you want to do all of this as soon as possible. Lich Touch. Did I get that one? Yes, I did. Just wanted to make sure. A Mind Blank is awesome. It's basically Chaotic Commands, but slightly different. So this here, yeah, it's a better shield than what I've got. We'll just hand that off to him. Yeah, this can go to the druid. So now that I have that, I can question him. Yeah, where have you been? So he tells you some things. And the treasury, but as he's talking, the treasury of Dorn's Deep wasn't very secure when it was inhabited by the dwarves. He was the one that stole from the dwarves, sold it to the orcs and goblins, sparking the war between the dwarves and the elves, and causing the destruction of Dorn's Deep and the Severed Hand. Centuries, no, I think it was probably longer than that, just ages and ages ago. It was him, all him. Yeah, all those cursed elves, ruined dwarven citadels, 2 ancient cultures exterminated because of him. Then you say, he'll pay, and he will run.
You'll soon sleep with the dead.
Yep, the way he goes. Is he still out here? I've never actually let him get away. So I don't know if he... Oh, he did. He teleported and then he goes back to fight. I thought he just tried to get away and disappear, because that's kind of his MO. He likes to run away and hide. He does it all the time. And canonically, he survives this, but I always try to kill him. So this is a safe place to rest.
You can count on me.
And I got the valuables off of him for killing him. So he can give you Umber Hulk plate, which I think is just slightly better than regular plate. That's pretty good, but there's only 2 of them, so that's a problem. Give him some Umber Hulk plate. Make him into a huge shield. Cost 10,000. Take 3 days. So yeah, he made some plate for me. See, I mean, it's good, but I don't think it's good enough. But it is not magical, so you can combine that with some other stuff too. By this point, though, anyone that really needs good armor, you found so much like field full plate, just like that bathed in blood stuff. I mean, really good armor just all around, so you really don't need much more. Now over here is their temple. Yeah, so he wants me to find their chief and then protect them from the Umber Hulks. But I think that's the whole area. Yeah. So let's go in here. I'm going to rest for 3 days. Oh, wait. Not certain if that's 3 days yet or not. So I think this is cursed. Yeah, that's a cursed ring. This is a pretty nice dagger. Yeah, see, real good. Especially for thieves. If I had a thief that used daggers, he'd definitely take that. An extra attack per round. Alright, this thing is nice, but an extra attack a round is something that you can't just, like, pass up. So that would, what, give him 3 attacks? Yeah, I mean, sure, it's a Thaco negative, but that's pretty good. Oh, to heal. I thought that said to deal for a second. I was like, oh, that doesn't sound very good. Yeah, so now I have a +4 short sword. And I think that's just +2 studded leather again.
Duty calls. You can count on me.
Alright, so I can't do anything else with the shields or anything like that. +1, +1. That's it? Yeah, I don't think that was really worth it. Just a great shield with some slightly better missile protection. Alright, well, I think I'm done with this episode then. So, we found the village, we got the food, took care of Marketh. I have the Golem book. So next episode, I think I'm going to go to Malavon's first. I'm going to have to deal with him. Getting that information from Nim, by the way, even if you decide not to kill him, getting that information that he was the one that took the stuff from Dorn's Deep is vital if you want to deal with the voice of Dirtle right. So make sure you question him on that, even if you don't plan on fighting him, because you can do that non-violently. But definitely question him. So he also had the birds and like squirrels in the cages. So I can bring those. All I need now is the seeds, and I'll have everything for the severed hand. And the conclusion of the Dirtle quest thing, once I finish that, I'll have the last item I need to get to Kuldahar. But I'm not going to do that till like the very end. So,
you can count on me.
Next episode we'll probably be dealing with Malavon first. Take him out, kill off the last of his Umber Hulks. Maybe not the last of them, but definitely all the ones around his place. And he is a nightmare to deal with. Because his simulacrum made a simulacrum, so there's 2 of them in there, and then he has a bunch of iron golems and stuff, and a bunch of Umber Hulks. A bunch of Svirfneblin everywhere, the place is trap heavy, he's psychotic, so he's going to be a bit of a nightmare. And then the lower Dorn's Deep mines is where their leader's being held, along with the leader of the Fire Salamanders, so I'll have to, finish that.
You can count on
Let me go see if the Gem Cutter has anything to say, just as the last thing here.
It shall be done.
So he's happy about it, but yeah, nothing out of it. Okay.
Very well.
Alright, so I'm going to leave this one here then. I think 2 more episodes and I'll probably be done with the original Icewind Dale campaign. So, yeah, not too much longer. Alright, well, that's all for this one. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.